Hey everyone, just wanted to jump on and tell you what our big goals for the Discovery Loft are this year. As you may know, this started out as our homeschooling platform, and now we don't even like to call it that because it's really become this container that's allows us to facilitate education, learning, and not just in the traditional sense, but in the real life, practical, hands-on way. So for myself, I'm tackling all the psychosociological behaviors and mechanics that happens in our own processing system, our own individual OSs in our brain, how to become a less reactionary participant and more of an observer of what's happening, and starting to create understanding of what are the rhythms inside of us that are going on. That is what I'm up to over here, and we're storifying it and making it a little entertaining, a little fun. The kids actually are, during their learning sessions during the day, they're actually taking on developing the Kids Loft portion of the Discovery Loft. This will be including Kids Loft labs. This will be including more storybooks, part of our Tiny But Mighty series, including additions to You're Worth It, which is already out and available. This is a very small book. It's available for, you can just pick it up. All you got to do is pay for shipping. We'll drop it in the mail to you. These stories are not just stories, though. They are little time capsules of live training events for how our brains operate. So what we've learned here at the Loft is that standard education doesn't work for us, but actively learning and developing our own thoughts and living life can be educational. And we're sharing each one of those checkpoints along the way in story form, like books like You're Worth It or like The Adventures of Zuki and the Mystery Forest coming out soon. So the books that we're publishing and posting are all just products of the interaction that we're doing here at the Loft, the self-awareness that we're becoming aware of, and the active lessons that we have to learn day to day to be healthy, aware, and responsible adults someday. Because while children are small, we have a tendency to think like, oh, they're children, let them be children. But I've actually learned, and I've been testing my own theories, that you can actually teach children complex thought, and they will not only retain it, they will actually start engaging with it and learning on their own. So what we're trying to do is provide a platform that allows children the entry into cognitive awareness of their own thoughts and how they can create their own process through making them aware of how things actually work in a tangible way, like through stories on You're Worth It, and understanding the logic behind the decisions we make and the consequences we face, and how those consequences are not out to get us. They're just product of the decision we made, and we're able to adapt and reorient and go the direction we want to go that's more desirable for what we're looking for in life. So the Loft is in a living platform. It's not static. It could be whatever it needs to be as our lives evolve. It's a container for our family to publish. Soon we're going to be having Loft Pro come on board. We're going to be having several courses in there that are professional courses taught by high-level professionals that have gotten to the top of their industry and want to share those tips and those trades with you. We are heavily going to be investing in the Loft Kids section of the Loft this year, because we believe that if we can start with the children, we give them a better shot at having to being able to make better decisions versus being adults and having to backtrack and reorient. If you're an adult and you've got some trauma in your life, you know how difficult it is to get over that, myself included. That's where a lot of these concepts come from. We base our entire platform on the concept of recursion and what that means, and we'll be publishing more information on what that is and what the recursive parenting model really looks like. So overall, this has really been a development platform for our family, for the kids, a container for the kids to learn how to read, to write, to do basic math, but they're also learning obvious things that we think that we fail to realize children need: how to clean a house, how to maintenance a lawnmower, how to put dishes away, how to make a conscious decision that my chores are just part of my life and they're not discipline. You know, when my kids graduate, they will have produced their own shipping process. They will have published their own books. And it's not that, oh, they have products, but they have the ability to think through the steps to get them to where they want to go in life. And that's really what we need to be giving to our kids: a hands-on experience for them to internalize the message, to program themselves with the understanding that failure doesn't mean shame, that facing hard things doesn't mean punishment. It's just part of the process along the way. And that's the Loft for you guys. So I've talked way longer than I meant to. I just wanted to clarify some things, let you know we have extremely fun things coming this year. We're excited to share our world with you once we produce it. We don't have any particular timeline for anything other than The Adventures of Zuki, which is coming out this fall. And as soon as we get a little further in the printing process, we'll be able to give you a firm release date. I'm hoping we have a very special announcement on a very special day to share with you. But anyways, welcome to the Loft. Follow along if you're interested in psychosociological studies or experiments, if you're interested in children and how they learn, they grow, and how our brains can be programmed and how we're able to teach ourselves and we don't have to rely on outside sources all the time. That's what we're doing here at the Loft. It's crazy, it's weird, and I love it. And I'd love for you to be a part of it. Join us whenever you can, and know that a lot of things are coming. It will evolve rapidly, and it'll happen as it happens. Welcome to the Loft.